And back on D, number 3, Cam Cobb. And his defensive partner for the evening, number 19, Riley Chenoweth. Filling in for Carson Crane, who's not feeling well this evening. Wish him well, of course, as do along with Travis and Jalyn. Shouts to them. And we are underway. Face-off heads down into Canes White territory. That flicks up high, picked up by Dora down low. Dora moving around the backside of the net. He's looking for an outlet, sends it back to Cheno. Cheno fires one in, that hits traffic. Sideline down, Cheno back defending, and sent out of the zone, gets by Cobb, but the centerman for Canes White crossed an edge. Oh, dump back in. Here we go. Cheno back. He's going to grab it back behind Finn O'Connell, the only Cane I didn't get to mention in the starting lineup today. And Levine moving it up ice out of the reach of Clark. That's going to go for an icing. Or not. We aren't going to call that. All right. Back to Clark down low in a line change. Brings out Gracie and Fleur. Assuming Konechka will join the party soon, but for the moment, Levine's still out. And we've got Cheno. Or no, excuse me, Clark's still out. So Clark's going for a change. Cheno and Cobb still out. And down in the corner, Fleur trying to chase it down. Canes White with possession. They'll bank it into the neutral zone. Here comes Setzer. So this line is going to be Setzer, Gracie, Fleur, and Roy and Carmack back on D. On the backside, Carmack slides in, puts the body on him. That puck picked up by Gracie for a moment. Sideline down, picked back up by Carmack. Carmack's going to carry it up to the inside. He makes a move around Bigham, and he'll dump it in. Slides back into the neutral zone where Roy awaits. Roy with possession, he'll send it over to Fleur, and Fleur dumps it in. Down to Bracey on the outside. Bracey tries to make a move around. He's pickpocketed. Picked up by Drew Chapin of Canes White. And Nick Roy at the blue line. Little bobble. Loses possession, he'll get it back. Bracey picks it up. Cullen Fisher now out. So it is Setzer, Fisher, and Bracey trying to advance the puck through. Picked up by Setzer down low. Shot off the side of the net. Fisher bouncing around. Setzer down in traffic. Reclaims possession. He'll move it out to the D. There's Roy at the top. And a high fly ball deflected out. Deflected once again by Setzer. Picked up by Konechka. Where did it go? Down in the corner behind the pipe. I can't see. Konechka has it. Looking back behind the net to Cullen Fisher. Pickpocketed by, I believe, Drew Chapin. Moving that puck out. And here goes Gibbons. Gibbons sliding on up. This time retrieved by Konechka. Konechka moves out to Gibbons. Gibbons makes a move to the inside. Surrounded by white jerseys, so he's going to head further outside. He's hauled down, tackled by several, and that's going to be a penalty. And that's going to mean your first visitor to the Canes White penalty box, and once again, that means your Junior Canes are on the power play. This power play brought to you by Lone Rider Beer. Across the parking lot, tripping call. We'll get you live action tripping call. Lone Rider had a nice Beagle Rescue event, so shout out to Triangle Beagle Rescue as we get underway, and we'll follow that puck all the way up. They're going to say that's deflected, no icing. I think these refs not interested in calling icing. Hasn't happened.
Because it's you, Philly. 7 minutes.
And here goes Roy. Roy trying to make a move through out there with Hazard and, let's see who all's out there. It is Roy and Cobb on D. Looks like Hazard, Fleur, and Bracey up front. Not sure who we're missing. I know we're missing Nicholas and Crane. Appear to be going in a 5-man D rotation. Not sure who else we're missing. I haven't seen Anderson out here, so possibly him, I suppose. All right, Roy picks it up on the outside. He'll move it down to Hazard. Hazard tries to make a move through. He gets pickpocketed by a Canes White player. And to the outside, Hazard able to get it back. He'll skip it up looking for Bracey. That one up over Roy's stick, and that's going to go for a sail. No icing, so Finn comes out to grab it. He'll knock it out to Roy. Roy makes a move, sends it over to Cobb on the interior boards. Over to Fleur, picked up by Henry. Henry's going to make a move. Oh, look at that steal by Cowan. Big steal by Roy. The Canes Black able to get it back. Picked up by Porter Gurman. The ever-dangerous Porter Gurman could not make it all the way around Cam Cobb on that one. Alex Bracey, he's pickpocketed. Now back to Cobb. Cobb trying to get it back into the neutral zone. There's a good look at Ryan Bigham. And Devin Hazard's going to carry it across. Big shot, a big save. Oh, wait, did it go in? Oh, lost a handle on it, but held up in the 5-hole, so gravity. Well, not a 7-minute penalty. We are clarifying. If I could zoom in on that, that would say 5:23 remaining on the power play. It is, in fact, 23 seconds. So he'll be back shortly. Well, there's Anderson. So it is Anderson, Carmack, Konechka, Dorer, and Dora. I can't speak tonight. Dora and Clark. That was a mix-up of Dora and Fleur. Speaking of Dora, he'll skip it over to Weston Clark, who backs it up behind him, back behind the net. There's Konechka. Konechka sends it out to Dura. Why can I not speak today? Anywho, Konechka. Over to the near side boards, picked up by Clark, and we are back to even strength. And that sends sailing. Here goes Shane Carmack to retrieve it. Carmack quarterbacking from back behind the net. He'll look up ice for Dura. Said it correctly that time. And there's Anthony down in front of his friends at the net. That one skipped off, and Clark comes back to get it. Clark across to Carmack. Carmack across the red line and dump it in. Dora into the corner. He's going to battle for it, and that skipped past the defender. And once again, no icing on that. Shot deflected wide. Anthony over to grab it. He finds Konechka on the run. Konechka surrounded by white jerseys. He's hauled down. No call on that. Picked up by Keynes White. Puck bouncing around. Dora gets it back. Here comes Cheno and Cobb. And Dora's going to carry it back into the neutral zone. Cheno with a little backhander hands it off. Back to Konechka. Now back to Cheno. Cheno tries to slide it up. A little touch pass to Konechka, who dumps it in deep. Now Clark battling back behind the net, backed up by Konechka, but Clark's holding on to it, looking for a shot. Loose puck in front of the net. Oh, and glove down. So there's going to be Cheno and Cobb out on D. Setzer, Konechka. Nope, line change brings out Gracie, Henry, and Setzer. Not sure who else we're missing, but clearly somebody. Mental roster is defective at the moment. He's definitely missing a couple in addition to Carson and Drew. Keynes White moving in. Oh, Bigham with a big shot, but O'Connell says no. Down low, Keynes White still circling around. Little D-to-D passing, sends it out to our friend Huberman. And James shot nearly falls. Back out to Riley. Riley's going to head up ice. A shot over to Setzer. He'll pass it over out in front of his reach and pick back up by Drew Chapin, who was about 1.5 feet taller than the last time we checked in on Drew Chapin a couple seasons ago. He's going to head up ice. And Cheno takes a swing, sends it in deeper. Chapin moving around, pickpocketed by Cobb. Cobb sends it out, finds Bracey. Bracey looking up ice, that out of the reach of Levi Setzer. Now back to Fleur, who sends it across ice, picked up by our buddy Ryan Bigham. Back down to Cowan. Cowan will dump it around the backside of the net. And Devin Hazard awaits. Hazard with possession. He'll send it around the horn. He finds Fleur. So Hazard seems to be playing forward and D this game. Back into the neutral zone. We go back to Keynes White. Anderson holds him up long enough for Setzer to climb in, regain possession. And Keynes White holds on to it. They'll move it around the backside of the net. And that's going to go for a sail, and that will be an icing. So we finally call one of those. That's going to bring a line change with Konechka, Gibbons, and Fisher out. And on D, Hazard and Anderson. To Hazard. Hazard fires one, another shot, another save, another shot, and finally the netminder gloves that one down. We'll stop the action. 7:23 remaining. So Anderson Hazard still back on D. Konechka, Fisher, and Gibbons up front. Slides back, picked up by Keynes White. Keynes White on the move, getting out front. And held him up for a minute, thankfully. Good D there by Hazard to stick with him. Keynes White holding on to it, looking out front. Gibbons gets just enough on it to tip it loose, trying to knock it out of the zone, cannot clear it. Held in there by Keynes White and finally knock it out. Picked back up by Keynes White once again. They'll dump that one in. Glove save by Devin Hazard. Knocks it wide. Kyron Gibbons holds on to it. He's got the stretch pass looking up for Fisher. And that bounced a little up high on him. Hello, Leroy from Disney. Welcome. Hopefully you brought Mickey Mouse to cheer us on as well. Maybe some Buzz Lightyear, depending on what part they're in. Hope you're having a good time down there. 6:46 to go first period. We are still scoreless here in Wake Forest. Roy and Carmack back on D. Fisher, Dora, and Levine. Nope, I'm lying to you still. Clark, Dora, and Levine. Trying to get it out of the way. Roy reclaims possession. He's going to move it up ice, looking for Levine. Levine gets it stolen from him. Dora slides in, looking for the steal. Keynes White able to move around it. Carmack with the bounce pass, trying to find out to Clark, and back to a neutral zone it goes. Porter German with possession, trails it along the blue line. I could have sworn that was offside, but all right, we play on. Pushed out ahead by Roy. Here comes Dora sliding in with the hip. Pitch back down low, back behind the net. Trying to find a home. Keynes White still holding on to it. That one slides out. Here goes Levine. Levine's got a rush. He's trailed by Clark. 2-on-1, we have numbers. Good defense there by Keynes White. Keeps it out of the net. Back to Roy. Roy fires one on target. Nice save by Keynes White. Bouncing around the side. High fly ball. Skips up. Picked up by Keynes White. And they're going to move it up the boards. Down into the corner off the side of the net. That shot deflected. Back to Dora. Now Carmack battling over along the boards. Dora trying to fish it out, but Keynes White able to get back to it quickly. And that one skips out high slot. Send it to the outside corner. Carmack out ahead of it. Passes it off to Dora. And Dora moving up ice, surrounded by white jerseys. He's got Clark with him. Dora on the outside, nobody in front of the net. Now Clark makes a move to the inside. White takes over. Oh, Cam Cobb held it for a minute. Here goes Ryan Bigham. And Cobb steps in front of him, able to muscle him out. Held in at the point. Chapin to the outside, makes a move, shot. That's going to skip out down in front of Clark. Clark's going to move it around the outside boards. All the way over to Fleur. Fleur knocks it into the neutral zone. Gracie looking for the steal. Keynes White able to hold on to it. That's going to be picked up by Cam Cobb. But now Cam Cobb and Riley Chenoweth out. And that's an icing once again. Hello, Lisa, also in Disney. I feel like we should just have all gone to Disney. 4:25 first period. Still scoreless. Cheno, Cobb. Back on D. Gracie, Setzer, and Fleur. Your front three. Face-off. I don't know who's going to end up with it. Ryan Bigham for the moment, back into the neutral zone. Gracie chasing it down. Setzer looked in, trying to claim it. Picked up. Shot. Save made. Nice save there by O'Connell. Down into the corner. There's a battle for it. Skips out. Back behind the net, Biggie. Driving his way through traffic. That skips past the defender. There goes Setzer trying to get to it first, skipping it loose. Not able to, and Keynes White sends it in once again around the back side of the net. Over to Cobb. As Keynes White's going to go for a change. Cobb finds Cheno. And in traffic, sent back up to Cheno. Cheno looking for the stretch pass out to Fleur. Fleur finds Gracie, sends it back to Fleur. Gracie back to claim it. Finds Cheno going in low. Cheno with a shot just wide of the net and out of play. .320 to go, first period, still scoreless here in Wake Forest. That brings out Konechka, Gibbons, and Fisher. Back on D, Anderson and Hazard. Buck down, face-off taken by Canes White, but Gibbons battling hard down in the corner. Puck still down there low, skipped out, and Gibbons is going to come away with it, looking for Fisher. A backhander almost falls. Crowd is going to erupt when Cullen Fisher finally finds the back of the net, I guarantee that. And that one skips through Hazard's feet. He's going to have to chase that down. Down low, shot around the backside of the net. Picked up by Hazard. Hazard sends it around the boards. Gibbons is there. Gibbons cross-ice pass out front of Fisher. Fisher's going to have to chase it down. Canes White gets there, but held in the zone. Fisher's going to go down in the corner, putting some pressure on. Oh, pass intercepted by Gibbons. Gibbons with a shot. Oh, and once again settles down right in the 5-hole. Solid goaltending there by Canes White. Kevin Huberman providing some outstanding DJing today. A little crisscross, I like it. Carmack, Roy, Levine, Dora, and Clark out now. Around the horn, back to Weston, back to Anthony. And picked up right behind the pipe that you cannot see any of. Nope, held in there, somewhere down behind the pipe again. Canes White, possession. Cross ice, nope. Canes in the black jerseys, not able to hold it in. Nice save there by O'Connell. Canes White pushing it forward. The outside boards. Moving it around nicely down low into the slot. Shot made, big save by O'Connell. On the backside of the net, Dora takes over for a moment. Passes it off to Carmack. Trying to move the puck up ice, stretch pass out ahead of Levine. And back to Canes White. Canes White in the slot looking for a shot. A little bit of a misfire on that one. Everybody taking a swat at it, picked back up by Carmack. Carmack moves it into the neutral zone, taken over by Huberman. And Weston Clark takes possession. He's moving it up ahead, looking for Roy. Roy to the outside. Carmack and Clark back to cover D. Picked up by Roy. Now held on to by Dora. Dora with a little backhander. That's intercepted by Ryan Bigham. Bigham moves it up ice. Hands it off to Danilin for Canes White. A nice defensive stop there. Just enough on it to poke check it out of the way by the Canes black jerseys and Shane Carmack. Off Roy's stick. Now bounced off Clark, now bounced off Levine. Everybody's following the bouncing puck, picked up by Weston Clark. Clark will dump it in. They're all going to go for a change. Here comes Fleur, Cheno, Cobb, Setzer, and Dora still out at the moment. And everybody looking for a steal. Canes White gets it. A save there by O'Connell. Cobb with possession. He'll bank it off the boards, expecting somebody to be there for a change, but no go. Picked up by Fleur. Fleur and Bracey heading up ice. Fleur over to Bracey. Bracey to Fleur, and off of Fleur's stick. Couldn't get the shot off. Setzer gets the tip, hands it off to Canes White. Cheno back defending. Cheno with the poke check, gets it over to Bracey. Deflected by Bigham, and that will do it for period 1 of hockey. It's been a good contest so far. Still scoreless here in Wake Forest. Don't stop believing. I would agree with that, Kevin. A little journey. One minute between periods. Ref's getting a little break. Speaking of refs, Riley just took his reffing class. He's got to now take an open book test before he starts refereeing. Looking forward to seeing him out there in the stripes, joining many of his other teammates who are also good hockey citizens out there officiating games. Peek ahead at the season, we will be off next week. The week after that, we head back to Charleston. I know you're all excited, at least those of you who don't have to drive to Charleston. For those of us who will be in Charleston, we'll play one on Saturday night, one on Sunday morning, and then we'll trek back. We'll have a little Christmas break and then back to the action early in January. So lots of tournament action upcoming. 3 big tournaments in D.C., Tampa Bay, Florida, and my own hometown, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I will make everybody do all the tourist things very excitedly. Lots of hockey action to come. All right, starting us off with a fresh 15 on the clock. Gracie, Fleur, Setzer back on D, Cobb, and Cheno. Fleur picks up the faceoff. He heads across center ice. Puck kicking around. Canes White gets possession back. Sent to the outside. Canes White gets it. They're going to move it up ice. Cheno and Cobb back defending. Good poke check by Cheno. Finds its way up to Setzer and then Bracy. Bracy and Fleur headed up. They've got numbers. They're out ahead if they can settle it down. And Fleur's shot just a bit wide on the outside. Nice job by Setzer to dump it in, but picked up by Canes White. They're going to move it back into the neutral zone. Cobb is there to reclaim it. He'll kick it back up ice to Fleur. Let's try this one again. Fleur looking cross ice for Setzer. Out of his reach. Canes White gets it back and back into the neutral zone. There is Alex Bracy once again. Bracy surrounded by white jerseys. He'll dump it in. And it's going to kick to the outside where Riley Cheno picks it up. Cheno trying to get cute, moves it in. Bracy poke checks it forward. Bracy trying to escape traffic. Fluttering around the ice. Bracy able to get it back. Now Fleur back behind the net, establishing possession. He's got Cobb up high, Bracy down low, both Setzer and Cobb in front of the net. Riley has the stick up, waiting, shot, deflects up high. Back behind the net once again, and that's going to settle down. Oh, still bouncing around, Canes White takes over. So some scoring opportunities there, not able to capitalize, and Cheno reaches out, gets possession off the front of his stick, down in the corner as Canes White goes for a change. Cheno looking for the stretch pass, he finds Bracy, nice execution. That bounces over to Fisher. Fisher holds on to it, he's moving in through traffic. He is surrounded by white jerseys, and he's going to go back into the corner, right back into the den of white jerseys. Picked up by Canes White once again. Fleur takes a swat at it, trying to get the stick on it. Cheno poke checks it away. Heads back down behind the net and knocked wide by Konechka. Nice shot by Ryan Bigham, but held out and kicked out to Fisher. Fisher looking for Konechka, just a bit behind him. It bounces back to Fleur. He'll dump it back behind the net. 12:49 second period, still scoreless. Cheno goes for a line change, as does Scott, and we have Hazard and Anderson now out on D. Down there where I don't know what's happening. Puck's still there and skips out, finds Fisher. Fisher down low, looking for somebody in front of the net to get it to. Konechka's well tied up. Fisher again, he finally has it knocked off his stick. It's going to bounce back to Hazard, who sends it right back around the horn. Now over to Gibbons on the outside corner. Gibbons sends it back to the D, looking for Konechka. Still trying to settle that bad boy down, and Gibbons is there. Gibbons looking across down the outside of the net, skips wide. Back to Fisher. Fisher making a move to the outside, sends it back to the D. Little D-to-D passing. Anderson over to Hazard, and around the backside of the net back to Gibbons. Looking out front, trying to settle that thing down. Now Hazard with possession on the outside. He'll dump it down low. Picked back up by Huberman on Canes White. And Anderson holds on to it. Oh, skipped off of Anderson's stick, deflected. Hazard comes back to get it. Hazard looking up for Konechka, tipped in, sent down low. Somebody loses stick, so a stoppage of play for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what it was. That'll stop the clock. 11:36, second period, still scoreless. And it is Dora, Clark, Levine, Hazard, and Anderson out on B. right, face-off goes to Kane's White. Then Kane's White now down low, picked up by Hazard back behind the net after a nice save by O'Connell. Chipped up off of Clark into the neutral zone, picked back up. There is James Huberman awaiting. Dump back down towards the Canes White into the ice, picked up by Drew Chapin. Chapin trying to escape that one, tipped up high by Levine and out of play. 11:13 left to go, second period, and we are still scoreless. Carmack and Roy come out on D. Dora, Clark, and Levine stay out front. And Black holds on to it. Dora muscling his way through, back out to Levine. Shot just skips wide. Clark was looking for the rebound, nearly had it, and he'll skip it down low, ends up back to Dora. And that's going to split the defenders. That's going to go for a sail. Knocked out by O'Connell. Roy is back to chase it down. Roy is going to carry it up on the outside. Heads around the defenders. He's moving on through traffic. And loose puck in front of the net finally. Hungry Hippo down by the Canes White goaltender. 10:42 to go in a stoppage in the action. Here comes Setzer, Bracy, Fleur, Roy and Anderson stay back out on D. Bracy set to take the face off, bucks down, skips back towards the defenders. That skips just to the inside of Carmack. He's going to have to chase that down. Heavy pressure being put on by Canes White. He'll slide it out, skipped ahead by Roy. Now Fleur is going to chase it down on the outside wing. Picked up by Canes White. Moving it around the backside, trying to move to the middle. And out of the reach of its intended recipient. Here goes Carmack back to defend. He'll get there first, but Canes White able to hold it on side. Picked back up this time by Carmack. Carmack reaches out, he finds Bracy. Bracy trying to make a move around the defender. Shot, trying to find, oh, no, not a shot. I think a pass over to Setzer. Setzer able to get there. Setzer battling several white jerseys. Back to Bracy, finds Carmack. Carmack with a big shot, nice save. Bracy's second effort. Another big save by Canes White. 9:55. The pressure is certainly on Canes White goaltender, but so far he has stood on his head. All right, Cheno and Cobb now out on D. Ganechka, Givens, and Fisher up front. 9:55 to go, second period, and still scoreless. Back to Cheno at the point. Cheno fires one that's in traffic, bouncing around, ends up back to Cobb. That skips around itself, back to Fisher. Fisher fires it back to Cheno. Cheno tries to send one in, skips through traffic once again down to Fisher. Konechka battling, back to Fisher down in the corner. Fisher looking for an outlet. He's got white jerseys surrounding her. It ends up back with Gibbons. And back to Cheno at the point. Cheno settles it down. He's going to try another one. That deflects off of one of his forwards, trying to find its way in. And again, glove down. 9:22 to go. Both Canes teams putting on a solid effort so far. We're shipping off to Boston, which of course we did earlier. That was a fun trip. Good hockey up there. Cobb, Cheno, Fisher, Konechka, and Levine up front. Back to Cobb on D, holding on to it. Oh, we got a Canes White player escaping, moving its way in. Oh! Good job by the Canes defenders to get back to it. They're going to call a penalty on Canes Black, likely my child. Nope, Cam Cobb, the other defenseman. Cobb's going to get called into the box. Going to call a holding. Kevin, was that the Law and Order theme song? That is... Stick taps to you, friend. Stick taps. Brian Bracy, wherever you are. I feel like the Law and Order theme song needs to be shamelessly adopted. Stolen from Kevin Huberman. Genius. Genius on the music right there. All right, back to the point. So Canes White finds themselves on a power play. It is Levine Hazard, Anderson, and Setzer out to take the penalty kill. Deflection from Bigham down front. That was a beautiful shot. Looking for another one and picked up by Hazard. And Bigham with the steal. He's hauled down. Picked up by Anderson. He's going to move it up ice. Back to Anderson once again. Anderson not able to clear it. That dribbled off the front of his stick. He's got to get back to it. Biggie making moves. Over to the inside. Picked up by Levine. Held in at the point. Trying to clear the zone, but this Canes white team solid. All right, back down low. Hazard is there. He'll kick it around the horn. And that's going to go sailing. No icing on that. Back into Canes white territory. No, Mike Konechko up into the broadcast. Oh my God, Levine! Oh! Levine had an open net there as the goalie had come out for it. Al with a misfire. He's going to want that one back for sure. Missed by not much. Missed it by not much, to quote my very favorite 60s super spy. All right, Fisher, Hazard, Gibbons, and Anderson, and that one flies up and out of the way. 31 seconds left to go on the penalty to Cobb. 7:38 to go, second period. Still no goals recorded. Here comes Roy, Carmack, Fisher, Gibbons. And picks up off of Gibbons. Canes White trying to move out the zone. They finally get it there. Roy able to claim it back. Shot on net. Jump back in. 22 seconds remaining. Cobb's going to go to the bench, signaling that. One of the forwards will come out. Here's Carmack. Carmack bounces it onside, picked back up by Canes White. Oh, Fisher almost had the steal, trying to get it back, but picked up by Drew Chapin. Chapin moving back onside, gets the shot. Save made. O'Connell kicks out to the near side boards. Back across ice, looking for it. Canes White's there, but picked up by Roy once again, and he'll bank it around the horn. Penalty has expired. And picked up by Konechka and Gibbons. They've got numbers. Konechka, Gibbons, Fisher heading up. Shot just sails wide. Over to the outside, picked up by Canes White. They'll send that one back up ice, picked up at center ice by Nick Roy. The bank shot over, down onside, back into the neutral zone we go, where Shane Carmack trying to dig it up ice. Everybody tags back up, dumps it into the zone. Fisher going into the corner. He's got Gibbons way out front, but can he get it to him? Gibbons steps in to help out. Gibbons holds it in deep, battling his old teammate Drew Chapin down there. Konechka. Konechka fires it right back into traffic. Konechka trying to dig it out, as is, nope, sorry, that was Gibbons trying to dig it out with Fisher. Still trying to dig it out. I think everybody left the puck there for a second. Everybody assumed it had gone. It had not. Now it's back down there. Canes White with possession. They're going to move it up the horn to the outside and picked back up by Nick Roy once again. So Roy takes it to the inside. Roy making moves, looking for the centering pass. Back to Clark. Clark fires one in. Backhander just sails wide. Konechka gets it on the inside corner. Levine. Actually, that was the outside corner. This is now the inside corner. Trying to make a move back through. Konechka gets it back. He's looking for the centering pass. And that one skips back over. Loose puck in front of the net. A little backhander just sails wide. That one again sailed wide, and Canes White able to clear it. They're going to send that back up ice. Will it go for icing? No! Laid down. Line change, gets it out to Konechka and Levine. Oh, tipped up off of Zach's stick. Canes White had a perfect opportunity there for Canes Black in the line change, but Canes White takes over. They're going to send that one up shorthanded. 2-on-1. Oh, not able to connect that pass, just wide. Trying to move back out, still holding on to it is Canes White, and a bouncer almost skips up over. Nice job by O'Connell to keep an eye on that deflection. 5:02 remaining second period, still scoreless. Out comes Cheno, Cobb on D. Here comes Bracy, Fleur, and Setzer up front. Cam Cobb battling back behind the net somewhere. White has possession. A nice save once again by O'Connell. It's a younger Canes team over there. Up in the stands appears to be cheering for the white team. White team has clearly done some marketing, recruiting some younger Cane fans. 16 Red needs to step up their game and cross-organizational recruiting, apparently. Goes Bracey through center ice, moving through white jersey, slides it up ahead, but picked up by Canes White. Down low, Bracey gets it back, sends it up. One skip just inside Cheno, not able to reach out to grab it. Cheno with a backhander finds Cobb. He'll bank it forward to Fleur, and he'll dump it in. Down back behind the net we go. Down to Setzer. Setzer's going to hold it on the line. Back to Bracey, looking for the centering pass off the side of the net. Skips out into the slot, picked back up by Canes White. Canes White heading up ice. Canes White moving through, and several players going to stick on him, and that is offsides. So a neutral zone face-off coming 4:04. We are still scoreless in the Forest. Shout out to Mike Cobb, wherever he is. He is not in attendance this evening. He is missed, of course. Shout out to the Crane family. Hopefully doing well, hopefully watching. Shout out to my dad. We're going to do some little Oscar speeches while we wait for something exciting to happen. Hello, Captain Jeff. Greetings in Youngsville. And a nice day, my O'Connell. All right, something exciting happened. That was exciting. All right, Cobb and Cheno are going to go for a line change. Here comes Hazard and Anderson. Gibbons, Konechka, and Fisher out front. We battle on. Canes White with possession, moving around the horn. Fisher steps in to claim it. Fisher grabs it back, moves it up ahead to Konechka. Konechka on the outside. He's got room. He clears one defender. He's trying to make a move to the inside, holds onto it. Backhander. Again, a big save. Almost caught the corner. Back to Canes White. Tipped ahead by Gibbons. Now Konechka able to hold it in. He's going to find one in traffic. Fisher chipped it up ice. Picked back up, and Konechka skips it back, looking for Hazard, and just heads up over his stick. And Devon's going to have to chase that bad boy down. Picked back up by Canes White and offsides. 3:14 to go, second period, in a tight contest, meaning no goals have been scored.
Come on, Joe.
All right, Gibbons, Konechka, Fisher stay out front. Hazard, Anderson back on deep. Face off down, picked up by Gibbons. Sends the puck in deep. Canes White has it. Cross ice pass finds its way to Tyler Anderson. Anderson finds Konechka. To Fisher. Fisher takes it onside. And sure what happened there. I think a couple players thought the other was going to grab it. The net effect is Canes White takes possession, stays onside. Canes White moving in the slot. Canes White high slot. They'll kick it to the outside. Picked back up by Hazard. Hazard poke checks it away. Hazard has possession down low, trying to move it around the horn. He'll find Fisher over on the boards. Fisher's got Konechka out front. He'll dump it in. No icing on that. And Canes Black dancing around. The Canes White once again takes possession. Back to Hazard. Hazard moves it up ice. That's out of the reach of Konechka, and that is icing. Several calls have not been icing that I would have suspected would have been icing. That one was pretty obvious. All right, and it is going to be Roy and Carmack back on D, Dora, Clark, and Levine up front. See who fishes this one out. Nick Roy moving it up ice. It's pickpocketed by Canes White in traffic. Heading across. Canes White still has a nice play there by Weston Clark. Steal it back. He'll dump it down into the corner. And around the horn, Anthony Dora awaits. Now Levine looking around the horn. Centering pass. Nobody home. Bounced off of Dora's skate. Off of Carmack's skate. And finally kicks back to Canes White. Held up at center ice by Dora. Nice play. Clark once again dumps it in. I feel like I just called that play. Around the horn once again. There's Dora. Carmack holds it in at the point. Knocked away. Picked up by Levine once again. He'll play it back to Roy. Roy looking up ice. Fished up through traffic by Clark. Clark with a backhander on the backside of the net. Levine is going to get there first in the interior corner. Battling his way around. Levine still holds on to it. Skip back into the neutral zone. Carmack and the boys are going to have to reset. Roy gets there. He'll dump that just wide. Deflected by the white netminder. Skips back up. Held in by Carmack. Shot goes just wide of the net. Picked back up by Canes White. Weston Clark puts the body on him, and back to Carmack once again. Skips it up to Clark. Clark with another shot. That's through traffic, and it's going to skip its way all the way back to the opposite side point. Roy dumps it in. Looking for Dora. Your body's colliding down there in the corner. I don't know what's happening. Puck escapes. And here goes Canes White. Canes White looking for the second centering pass. That stretches up wide. Picked up by Clark. Nope, sorry. Yep, nope, that's Clark. That's Weston. Weston making a move to the inside. Weston trying to escape the zone. Back. And a late whistle for an offsides. I think everybody knew that was coming, so they all stopped, despite the fact that the whistle had not blown. All right, Cheno and Cobb make a return on D. Fleur, Bracy, and Setzer back up front. 23 seconds to go in the second period. This is a fast-moving game. But the scoreboard not advancing quite as quickly. Still scoreless. Canes White, Bigham shoots it in. Back to Riley. Riley looking up ice, trying to find sets. Nice job by Bracy to toe the blue line. Bracy looking across for Fleur, out of his reach. And once again, a pass through the crease. Trying to hold it in. Bracy back down in the corner off the side of the net. Back down low. Fleur trying to get it back, but Canes White keeping it in deep. Across ice. Setzer tries the backhander that just misses on the outside. Setzer. That goes for a sail, and Riley's going to have to chase that down. I'm not sure what that whistle was for. That was the, we know there's an icing coming. No point in steering now, eh? Whistle as they just let the period expire. Bracy said to take the face off, having a chat with the ref. Not sure about what. Curious there. Would love to get some in-game commentary. Not going to happen this game, but maybe someday. All right, face-off is down. Fleur sends it back to Cobb. Trying to get it up to Bracy in traffic. Bracy gets there, finds Setzer. Setzer fires one. Nope, that got deflected. Looking for Fleur, trying to get it to Bracy. Follow the bouncing puck back to Setzer. Setzer sends it down to the interior corner where Fleur retrieves it, looking for a centering pass. Setzer out front. He'll knock it back to the D. Cobb with a shot. A little bit of a bobble, bounces back. Cheno off his skate. Then skip back wide, and Cobb goes back to chase it. Cobb sends it out to Fleur, finds Cheno. Cheno's going to carry it up. He's going to carry it onside. Looking down low into the corner, looking for a place to pass. He's going to try to carry it through traffic. He gets held up. Canes White takes over. Bracy's there. Fleur back to cover D. Bracy gets it back. Now Cheno back to his D position. Another shot out front, and that's going to split the defenders and sail wide. No icing on that. They'll call it a deflection. So Cam Cobb and Riley Chenoweth going for a long skate. All right, Cobb quarterbacking. He'll knock it out to Bracy. Bracy trying to get it out of the zone and hold it onto it. He'll look for the escape the other way. In traffic, he's pickpocketed. Now back behind the net. Deflected. Canes White holding on to it. That shot skips up in front high. Now down to Cobb. Cobb trying to bounce it off the boards, but Canes White stepped in the way. Able to hold it in. They'll kick it around the boards looking for Setzer. Setzer somehow finds Bracy. Bracy catches Fleur on a stretch pass the other direction. Bracy trailing as Fleur got pickpocketed down low. Anderson and Hazard come out on D. It's now Fisher, Bracy, and Gibbons. Gibbons on the outside as Bracy goes for a change. Gibbons looking in, that shot just sails wide. Up sent back into the neutral zone, tipped away by Konechka. And that's sent back to the D where Hazard reclaims it. Hazard looking up ice, straight back to Canes White. Canes White at center ice trying to cross over into our zone, and they do, but Zach Konechka awaits. Konechka with possession. Looking to move through traffic. Bank went off. Ref got a look at that. Going back to Anderson, trying to get through traffic there, and they're going to call a penalty. I believe that's going to be on Anderson. Oh, and once again, Kevin Huberman bringing the break in the law. So tripping on Anderson. That'll give Canes White a power play once again. All right, so back to the kill we go. Out for this one is going to be Carmack, Roy, Levine, and Setzer. A shot, another save by O'Connell. Canes White with possession. Roy banks that one off the boards. Good trajectory. Just moves up through the neutral zone. No icing. Canes White with possession. Porter Gurman making a move back through traffic. Trying the backhander. That's picked up by Roy. Back behind the net. Roy will bank it around the horn. Levine trying to get there first. Not able to clear the zone with it though. In traffic over on the boards. Trying to chip it out. Knocked forward, Roy trying to move it, but held in once again. Canes White doing a good job knocking it through traffic. Follow the bouncing puck. Canes White still holding on to possession. And on the corner, Carmack muscled out of the way. They're going to elbowed him out of the way. Fisher and Gibbons come out. Defensive line change is going to bring out Cheno and Cobb. So 1:11 left on the penalty kill here in Wake Forest. That face-off goes to Canes White. Gibbons looking for the steal, but Canes White able to hold on to it. Cobb keeping him back behind the net. Canes White moving it around. And an errant pass back into the neutral zone. Gibbons putting on pressure, looking for the steal. Almost had it, but nice second effort there by Drew Chapin to hold on to it. Oh, Canes White player sort of forgot the puck on that one. Refound it though, had time. Cheno gets back up to it, knocks it in, finds Gibbons, slides it back into the neutral zone. Canes White is offsides. 37 seconds left on the penalty kill. 11:10 remaining in the game. Still scoreless. Fisher, Gibbons, Cheno, and Cobb out now. 11:10 to go. Goes off to the outside, trying to muscle him through. Canes White holds on to it. Nice save there by O'Connell. That was a pretty shot by Danellen for Canes White. Back to the point, Canes White is there. Deflection sends it wide. Cheno to the inside corner, and he's going to send it out looking for Gibbons. Doesn't catch him. Good second effort. Now it's going to be a hand pass. Settles that down. Riley tips it away back into the neutral zone once again. Picked up by Huberman. He'll dump it into the zone. Cheno thinking about it. Back to Cobb. Finds its way over to Fisher. Fisher's going to send it up the horn. And no icing on that. Here goes Gibbons trying to get back to it. No icing. So that puck down deep. Penalty has expired, and we are back to even strength. Cheno and Cobb still out on D. It is Clark, Gibbons, and Fisher out at the moment. The outside, picked back up by Clark, back into the neutral zone. Knocked down by Fisher. Fisher comes across. Fisher trying to make a move through, but pickpocketed 8 through traffic. Back behind the net. Battle of Anthony Dora to Millen for Canes White. Cobb comes away with it for the moment, trying to knock it out. A battle ensued on the boards, though no puck anywhere near that battle. Sometimes they don't know that. Battle on, boys. All right. Oh my goodness, big hit by Levine. No call. Ow, with a monster check on the boards. Poke check by Dora, sends it over to Levine. Levine on the outside, goes for the shot. Just missed on the inside. Now back over to Hazard on the point. He'll dump it in. Levine back behind the net, looking for an outlet to get it to. Over to Dora, cannot slide that in. Second effort, skips up high, deflected, and Clark going in trying to get it back. Levine back into the boards. They're not going to mess with him again. Now picked up with Hazard. Hazard out in front of Clark. Clark looking for the centering pass back to Clark. Clark looking for an outlet, battling down in the corner. Dora in to help out. And puck skips loose. Back to Canes White. All the way back to Tyler Anderson. Anderson trying to move it through traffic. Canes White gets there, but offside. It's Canes Black. 8:38 to go. Setzer, Bracy, Fleur back on D. It is Roy and Carmack. Puck waiting for home, knocked up, picked up by Roy. In the slot, shot. Oh, puck stayed alive, picked out. Nice save once again. Fleur sends it to the outside. No black jerseys around, so Canes White trying to move it out. Oh, almost held in at the point by Carmack, but a little sneaky escape there by Canes White on the outside. That skips past the net. Oh, overshot it. Back to Black it goes, and here goes Fleur on the outside. Fleur trying to find Bracy, taps it back to Fleur, and Fleur is holding on to it between the entire team. We've seen this movie play out before. Legend of Henry Fleur. He once took on the entire team. It was a Henry on 5, and Henry somehow scored it. I don't remember what team it was, but beyond that, I remember it happening, and it was magical. All right, 8 minutes flat to go. Still scoreless in the fourth. Carmack, Roy, Setzer, Bracy, and Fleur. Face-off goes to Canes White, kicked around the horn where Fleur awaits. Canes White comes over, reclaims possession, skips back to Roy. Roy trying to send it up the horn. Somehow stayed onside, not sure about that call, but that's what we say. Over to Bracy, Bracy shot, save made, skips out, picked up by somebody, Porter Gurman on Canes White. Looking for the centering pass, Bracy trying to find its way through, gets it over to Seth, stolen by Canes White. Nice D there by Roy with the pickpocket. We got numbers heading back up ice. It's a 3-on-2. Roy. Oh, held out. Huge save. At a 3-on-1 there. Nick Roy looked for the sneaky shot. Couldn't get it past the defender. Cheno and Cobb out. Fisher, Konechka, and Gibbons up front. 7:19 to go. Puck back to Cobb. Cobb steps in. Gibbons back to cover D. Cobb down low. Battling. Fisher in to help out in the battle. Konechka's going to sneak in and claim it. A little backhander trying to get it back to Cobb. And skips around. Cheno trying to hold it up. Knocked away by Konechka through traffic. Canes White holding on to it. Cheno gets it back. Cheno's going to head up ice. He's on the inside trying to make a move under. Cheno's got space trying to get the shot off. Just missed on the outside back to Fisher. That shot deflected back. Canes White gets it. And we got a 1-on-none coming here. Oh, and he fell. Oh, what a heartbreaker there for Canes White. A breakaway shot and blew a tire. All right, back down to Cobb. Cobb with a little skip shot. Back up over, trying to get it past Canes White. Trying to make a move through. Cobb keeping him to the outside, knocked away by Cheno. Cheno gets it back to Cobb, finds Gibbons. Gibbons moving up ice. He's got Konechka on the outside. Konechka making a move in. Konechka, oh, also denied. Oh my goodness. Holy mackerel. If I didn't see him give up 5 shots or 5 goals on 13 shots, I'd say they stole Kochetkov from the Canes tonight. Kochetkov has me a little worried, I'm not going to lie. All right. Hazard, Anderson back on D. Levine, Clark, and Dora up front. Dora making a move, still up front, trying to take a swat at it before he's upended, able to get back to it. Bouncing puck in traffic, picked up by Ryan Bigham on Canes White. He'll find His Kane's White teammate on the outside slides up through, kick down low. Back to Devin Hazard. On the outside, makes its way to Clark. Clark finds Dora. Dora's got to come back to get it a little bit. He'll slide it across ice, looking for Levine. Skips off the front of his stick, back to Kane's White, and he'll dump that one in. No icing on that. So Hazard will get back to it, and he'll send it around the horn. Dora steps in to reclaim it, and he'll carry it back the other direction. So Dora's going to make a move up. He's got Clark out ahead of him. He's going to hold on to it, move through center ice. He'll carry it to the outside himself. Dora making him move through. He got upended. Taken over by Kane's White. That's going to hit the ceiling. A high fly ball, and that'll stop the clock. 5:08 to go. Gracie, Sensor, Fleur, Roy, and Carmack back on D. All right, face-off taken. Carmack holds it in, trying to... Oh! Shane Carmack! Snuck one in. Outstanding work by the big D-man from the point. Who's going to claim it? Let's see. Who they call? That's right. You heard it here, folks. 5:02 time of that goal by number 28, Shane Carmack. With an assist by number 13, Alex Gracie. Kane's Black takes a 1-0 lead, finally getting on the board. Somebody. 5 minutes remaining. Back to Roy at the point. Roy moving up on the outside, finds Fleur. Another shot and another save. It is Setzer, Gracie, Fleur, Roy, and Carmack out. Kane's Black holds it on to it. Fleur has possession down low, trying to push his way through. Looking for the centering pass. Puck bounces up high. Carmack's there again. He's going to go for two. That one skips through traffic, doesn't make it. Fleur back. Another one skips back to him. Fleur with possession back behind the net. And Kane's White is finally going to come away with it. They'll move it up ice. Picked back up by Nick Roy. Roy on the outside. He's going to carry it through traffic. He'll take it up ice himself. And that shot sails wide. Carmack looking to hold it in. Carmack digs down low, skips back. Gracie covering D at the point. He's got it. Gracie moving through the slot. Pushes it up in front of Setzer. Not able to get possession, but able to get back to it on the rebound. Setzer back behind the net. He's held up by several players. Now skips back to Gracie. Fleur with possession on the outside corner. Looking for Gracie. Gracie trying to get pushed off the puck. He's trying to push Gracie off the puck. He's not trying to get pushed off. A little pushing and shoving down low, and the whistle sounds. That is going to be Alex Gracie coming to the box. And no offsetting there. Or, nope, maybe. Yep, offsetting minors.
Fucking call about! I can fucking contact!
Porter is not happy about that one. All right, and it is Cobb and Cheno back on D. Konechka, Gibbons, and Fisher up front. Biggie takes possession. Moving up, that puck sails up over the defenders. Cam Cobb's got to get back to it.
142 and 11.
Cobb with a backhander finds Gibbons. And that skips up. Fisher cut left. To right, back to Fisher down low. Trying to get it back to Konechka. Konechka holds on to it. That shot sailed up high. Over to Cobb on the corner. Held in by Gibbons. Gets it back up to Cobb. Cheno playing back down deep. Konechka looking for the centering pass. Intercepted by Kane's White. Cheno up on the corner, able to hold it in. Gets it over. Sends it to the outside. And that's sent sailing.
Fucking penalty!
change. It's going to bring out Dora, Hazard, Levine, Anderson, and Clark. 2:58 to go, and it's a 1-0 lead. Haynes Black. Levine battling down in the corner. Back to Anderson. Anderson sends it up, finds Clark. Clark looking across ice. Can Levine get there first? Yes, he can. Now back to Dora down low. Gotta get somebody in the center. Somebody is wearing a white jersey, so skipped off Kane's White. Moving to the outside. Kane's White is there. Slot sails wide. I don't know where the puck went. Oh, it went into Finn's goal. 2:28 to go. 2:26, actually 2 seconds ticked off. 1-0 lead for Kane's Black. Timeout called by White. I would go interview Alex Bracey in the box, but I am not walking across this thing. Sure, I get back up.
Check my broken collarbone. Stop. Stop.
Okay, so this is getting tense here late in the game. Hazard's going to bank it around the boards, held in at the point. Trying to muscle it out. Stays onside. Nope, finally skipped into the neutral zone. Nice job by Dora to get it over to Clark. Clark moving through. It's an empty net down low. That was a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. That is a Brindamore level empty net clear there, going with the extra attacker. Oh, Dora had it for the moment. Now back to Anderson. Anderson with possession down low, banks it off of the Canes White player. Canes White holding on to it, trying desperately to tie this thing up. Scooching through traffic. It's a clear, and is it going to clear its way to icing? .131 to go, an empty net at the opposite side of the ice. We have Carmack, Roy, Bracey, Fleur, and Setzer out. Bracey set to take the face off. Trying to move it out of the zone. Back to Roy. Oh, up through the rafters, and that's going to stop the action. That'll be another face off in our territory. Setzer, Bracey, Roy, Carmack, and Fleur. Bracey takes possession, still, had it for a moment, untook possession. Now kick back into the neutral zone, and Canes White offside. Trying to come back to get it, back off offside. Keeping a battle at the blue line here, trying to knock it loose. Canes White gets it, Bracey tries to get a stick on it. Fleur tries for the steal, Canes White moving through traffic. Moving once again, and to the inside, 56 seconds remaining. Outside, Bracey with possession. Bracey moving up the ice. He's going to take the long shot, and it's in! Alex Bracey with the empty netter from across ice. So in a reverse of goal number 1, that is a goal for number 13, Alex Bracey, with an assist by number 28. Shane Carmack. That is going to bring out Cheno and Cobb on D. Fisher, Gibbons, and Konechka out front. Cheno with a little backhander. Trying to get it out to Gibbons. Skips it into the neutral zone. Konechka trying to fish it out. Canes White hold on to possession. Skipping it forward. Cheno's going to chase it down into the corner. 31 seconds remaining. Cheno will take it to the outside. Cheno kicks it up high, up over. Oh, here goes Konechka. Konechka moving in. And that is another one. So not a lot of scoring first 17 minutes. is another goal for number 78, Zach Konechka. Time of that goal, 20 seconds remaining, with an assist by number 19, Riley Chenoweth. And like that, it is 3-1. Skips back, and here goes Cam Cobb in battling for it. Cobb's going to send it around the horn. Picked up by Keynes White, 8 seconds remaining. Cheno looking for the steal. He'll fish it out, carry it up ice. Surrounded by white jerseys, and that will do it. So Canes on Canes. And guess what? Canes won! Canes win! And we will be back in action. Get your coffee ready. We will see you in the morning bright and early. It's a 3-0 victory for Canes Black. Thanks for joining us, even from Disney this evening. We'll see you bright and early. Canes Vision is out.
Dude.